You are now listening to the Divorce Diaries podcast with your host, well, that's a secret. No names, ages, or any other identifying characteristics will be used as we protect the young and innocent. You'll be taken on a journey as one man considers getting a divorce or remaining married. The Divorce Diaries daily entries chronicle the decision-making processes in real time as they unfold day by day. He hopes to add a bit of clarity to his sometimes muddled mess of a marriage. Cheating, overspending, sex, sadness, and betrayal are the characteristics of this marriage. Is he making the right choice? Welcome to the Divorce Diaries. Entire seasons are released on Patreon weeks before anywhere else. At Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Link below in description. Now for today's episode.
Every woman that I've talked to about my divorce said the same thing. I've told them everything that has happened. And I've told them all the things that my wife is doing currently. Showing our daughter that she's covering up my name that she had tattooed on her body while not seeking to spend time with my daughter. She's reached out and she's asked, but my daughter is, they've got a very... My daughter's opinions of my wife are exactly what they ought to be. Distant. I'll just put it that way, they're distant. She understands she can't get too close to the nuclear reactor. She can't. She understands how she's been manipulated. Just in case, I'll just give a couple examples if people don't believe me. Or if you believe these things. The people that my daughter was living with were sending me text messages from my daughter's phone posing as her. There you go. You can believe what I'm saying or not. It doesn't matter. But if I'm lying about someone sending me texts posing as my daughter, then let's be honest, you shouldn't listen to this text, this recording, this Divorce Diaries again. You shouldn't. You should acknowledge your bias and you should move on. But the people that my daughter was living with were sending me texts from my daughter's phone, making decisions, saying things, making me believe that it was them. And it wasn't. That is the darkness that my daughter was in. I worked very hard to get her out of it. And I've shared this with it hasn't failed every single woman that I've talked to and that I've shared this with. And it's not like there's 40 women or something like that. I don't trust or like or know that many people that I would share something so intimate with. There's about 3 or 4. And they all have said, she really, speaking of my wife, she still wants you. She wouldn't be doing all of these things. It seems like she's trying to make you jealous, show you what you're missing so that you can come back. She's trying to divide you from your children. But she misses you and she wants you back. But she doesn't know how to get it. She might still be angry with you for things that she feels you've done, but she wants you back. And she just doesn't realize that everything that she's doing is pushing you away. And I've agreed with that point, but I've found it interesting because going through it and experiencing my wife the way that I've been experiencing her darkness, I just look at her as a person that hates me, that wants my life to be ruined and worse and hurt. She doesn't want me to forget it. I think she wants the hurt to have a sting that doesn't go away. And with that, I'm just like, ouch. Yes, it does hurt. Ooh, that hurt too. Why do you want me to have a bad life? And I'm watching her do things that are hurting my life. She knows that I care deeply for my children, so she's hurting them. And then she's going further to distance me from them. And she's flaunting the fact that she's dating. And knowing that I still always probably will have some feelings for her. to twist that knife and twist that knife and twist that knife is so interesting. But every woman has unanimously said she still wants you. She wouldn't be doing all of this if she didn't still want you. But she doesn't know how to get it, and she just can't be honest and say, I want you. Can we try to work on this? I don't believe these people, but I also can't ignore that anecdotal data that's in. Every single woman has said she wants you. She doesn't understand that everything she's doing is pushing you further away and permanently pushing you away. She doesn't understand that. So yeah, I found it interesting. But I can relate and understand. I've done a lot of things over the course of my life where I wanted a certain result very much. But looking back, everything that I did surrounding that was pushing that thing away from me. Like I wanted my son to be open and honest with me. So I would aggressively tell him, be open and honest with me. That's a little bit anti-warmth, right? It's not very welcoming. I didn't create a fertile environment for communication with my son to harvest some healthy communication with him. I didn't do that. Not by yelling at the kid and telling him I really wanted him to communicate with me and, be honest as I yelled, be honest at him. Even though I was being honest with him about things, and, I just figured that I just hung on the lead by example thing. But I forgot that the example that I was giving him was pretty shit. Kind of yelled at the kid. Yeah, sometimes our actions can have totally opposite results from what we want. Digesting and chewing on that idea that my wife wants me and she wants to be with me, even though everything she's doing is hurting her, and she knows I care about her, hurting my kids. She knows I care about them, and it hurts me. Every single thing I've loved, she's attacked. And I haven't really responded. Trying my best not to internalize it. I just wish it wasn't so.
Wow, that was the Divorce Diaries podcast. The Daily Saga will continue tomorrow. The full season's episodes are on Patreon now. Subscribe for early access. Click the Patreon link in the description. Hopefully these entries help our anonymous recorder as a form of his own personal therapy. That's his hope and his intention. Will these recordings of life's curveballs lead this family to the best resolution in the end? We'll keep listening. New episodes are released daily on all podcast players, but all episodes are available on Patreon at Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Until next time.